Kevin here from Whole Fleet Diagnostics. Wanted to touch on a situation that came up with a customer of ours. They have a off-highway and agriculture unit. This is a municipality. This municipality also services Zamboni equipment. In the software, Jaltest software, you don't actually have a Zamboni manufacturer in the system here. These Zambonis use a propane fuel system. So it is an EControls fueling system. So we do cover EControls. We don't have Zamboni in here as a manufacturer. So identifying the engine, you'll go to stationary engine and you'll look through. And in this case, it's considered a PSI engine. And you'll notice here we don't have PSI listed. So this is where things can get a little bit tricky. We know that we have the engine coverage. I know that we have the engine coverage in here. We just don't list that PSI engine model in the system here. So what we had to do for this customer is actually make a custom custom manufacturer. So what we did is first and foremost is we looked for a piece of equipment under the multi-purpose vehicles that uses a gas fuel system. So one I know just from experience is Global Environmental. So if we go into Global Environmental, I know for a fact that one of these uses a gas fuel system, whether it's natural gas or propane, doesn't matter. It's EControls. So what we do is actually go through and hit, when we got the list of models here, is we'll hit propulsion type, and then we'll go into CNG. And I know that these CNG engines are an EControls 4G, and that's exactly what we're looking for on the Zamboni. So once I get in there and click on that engine model, you can see we got an EControls ECM 4G as an option listed here. And I'm sure that there's some other vehicles that we could probably find in the off-highway module that have that same EControls system. This is just one that I kind of knew off the top of my head from previous experience. So what we're going to do in this case is actually go up to the preferences here, and we're going to go down to brand model personalization. Okay. Now, we don't have any custom brands yet in this unit, but I'm going to add a new brand, and I'm going to select the multi-purpose vehicle, because that's where that Global Environmental is. And then I'm going to type in Zamboni. So I'm going to call this Zamboni, and it's going to show up as a manufacturer under as Zamboni. Okay. Then we need to add a model under this Zamboni, and I can't remember what the model name is. So we're just going to say 500 series. 500 series. Okay, and then I'm going to add a system. Okay, and that system I found under Global Environmental. Under model, it was the M4HSD GNC, and there's that EControls 4G. Okay, so I'll hit the check mark there, hit the check mark there, hit the check mark there, and then you'll notice I've got in my custom brands list, I have that Zamboni as an option. Okay, so now that I have that saved, you'll notice once we get back into the multi-purpose vehicle, you'll notice that under the brand list on the left-hand side, we've got Zamboni. Okay, so I can add Zamboni now to my favorites menu here, and then when I click on Zamboni, you'll look at that and see that we have because we only have one series, it goes right into that series, and it shows us, hey, we've got an EControls ECM 4G, and the connector is going to be the same as all the EControls connectors. It's going to use that same round connector type that we'll find here. So you'll look at, there's an example of an engine with that connector. That connector is typically pretty easy to find. Here's a live view of what you might find on the vehicle, and you'll see is right beside that piece PSI label there, just below it. So it'll have a cap on it. But that's what it's going to look like. And then we just need to hook up our 544A connector, and then you'll you'll be able to connect to this thing and perform bidirectional commands, monitor data, and all that kind of thing. So that's an example of one, how to identify an engine maybe that's under a different model, and then create your own custom make and model for the system there. So if you need any assistance with that, we have other tutorial videos at our training on our training platform, and you can find that wholefleet.ca. If you go there, you'll find our training, our training platform. In our training platform, we do have tutorial videos for this kind of thing. But make sure you subscribe for future videos here, and definitely leave a comment below if there's anything specific that you'd like to see related to Jaltest, or anything, any questions that you have about how to adjust or perform any actions, and we'll do our best to make a video for you.